Not from Los Angeles, California, Smokey Daze Haze. Anyways, hey, salve or whatever the fuck. Yeah, anyways, I'm Smokey Daze Haze, the funniest person in the world, and you're not. No, but I'm really more of a spur-of-the-moment improv type person, so if I'm talking to you, if you're in person and stuff, I'm funny, but stand-up's not really my thing, and I know my anime set didn't go too well. So, let's see, hopefully this one goes a little bit better, you know what I mean? I'll do my best to do what I can, you know, but stand-up's just not my forte, so bear with me, and if you stick to the end, there's an educational song, and I think it'll help everyone, so I hope you go to the end of this and listen to it. But anyways, I was watching a Twilight Zone episode where everybody had to wear masks, social distance, all this crazy stuff. It's just the news. I was just watching the news. I mean, that's like the Twilight Zone we're living in right now. So, you know, one night when I was younger, you know, I thought I lost my mind hearing like an eerie chanting. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, I'm like, so this is how it happens. You just start hearing voices chanting and everything, you know what I mean? I'm listening, I'm putting the music on floors, the TV on everything, and it's like this really ungodly like chanting. I can't even almost explain it. It sounded almost inhuman, but I heard it, I was hearing it. I'm like, wow, man, all that satanic music you listen to, maybe there was something to that, like warning you not to listen to that and everything. And you know, it's like, you know, it's like I couldn't make out what it was saying. Turned out it was a stray cat in heat, like mewing or whatever. You know, I'm a dog person. I never had cats. I fed some stray cats. So it's like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh my God. It's like, I'm sane. I'm not crazy. I like it so great. You ever notice that Jerry Seinfeld wasn't very funny, even though he's got a lot of money? It's kind of like Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy now, was he? Ever notice Jerry Seinfeld was a draw? Ever notice Jerry Seinfeld was a bore? Ever notice Jerry Seinfeld wasn't very funny now, was he? You know what I mean? The real funny thing is my relationships. I never had like much luck with relationships. I think my first girlfriend, I'm like about 16 and everything. I met her on like, I think I met her online. She was squeaky. This girl Denise, like really cute. She was cool too. She fit like Minnie Mouse. She had like sprayed hair and everything. But anyways, so we dated for a short time. I bowled a 198 and I asked her out at the bowling alley. So I'm like, hey man, I just hit a turkey. It's 198. It's time. I'm on a roll. I got a good luck streak going. So it's almost like Starship Troopers in a way, because it's like, you know, I knew it started off. It's my first girlfriend. When I told her that I love her, her reply was like, her voice cracked. It's like, I think I love you too. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, let's do a little tongue twister. I'm probably like, I couldn't even say my name, but now I can do tongue twisters. It's like a miracle. It's a miracle of the world, right? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? Woodchuck could chuck wood. A woodchuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck. A woodchuck could chuck wood. But now let's make it really dirty. No one saw my dice play imitation mockery, but I bit my tongue, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I'm going to give it a try, because I think my tongue's bleeding right now, so I did it. But how much cock would a woodchuck suck if a woodchuck could suck cock? A woodchuck would suck as much cock as a woodchuck could suck if a woodchuck could suck cock. Woo! How much dick would a woodchuck suck if a woodchuck could suck dick? A woodchuck would suck as much dick as a woodchuck could suck if a woodchuck could suck dick. When you can do that, then talk to me, alright? So I remember once I was like crossing around, this kid Scott Gallo, like he trips and he falls, and it's like the fucking idiot like turns his arm into the table, into the glass table, and he's like he like spikes his arm to the table like the total retard. I'm like, what the hell? Like it's like almost like when like you watch The Simpsons and the guy when he goes to fight the bear, Jebediah Simpson, like the founder, like instead of fighting the bear with the axe, he throws the axe down, he tries to fight it by hand. And Scott Gallup, like you know, was one of the people that watched when I got jumped, so he had nothing to do. He's like horsing around, he's wrestling with me like an idiot, and he pushes my leg and it sets off a reflex, so it made him, you know, and then he like trips over his own feet like an idiot. So anyways, the glass table, he goes through the antique, you know, it's like this driftwood table, an antique, the glass thing on it and everything. So I see his gray bone or so. I mean, I remember like, it was almost like he did the sloth thing. He kind of looked like sloth. We used to call him like sloth or whatever from like the Goonies. Because it's like, dude, I see his arm, he sees his arm, and then we see the skin splitting, we see like gray, and then like the blood coming, and it was like, oh, baby, woo! You know what I mean? So that was pretty good. So his mother reveals his entire life story was a lie. It's like, you know, it's like he used to say how he was on the beach at Coney Island during the Warriors and all this other stuff, and he hurt his knee because, you know, he's playing ice hockey, and he always point to his knee, and he always try to elicit like sympathy. So, you know what I mean? So it's like so money. His mother reveals his entire life story. She's like, Scott never lived on Coney Island. You know what I mean? He claimed he was on the beach for the war. He's like, Scott never played ice hockey. He claimed he hurt his knee playing, so he'd always got the sympathy. And then Scott was going to keep my Judas Priest tapes, so I'd given him to him to copy and stuff. So until his friend, who I didn't know that well, I think his name was Rich Mondell or so, on like the last day of high school, he tells him like, yo man, that's a scumbag, give me those tapes back. I almost didn't even go to school, so I finally got my Judas Priest tapes back from him. So I was in like the stupid math class. I think Phil Baroni, the New York Badass, was in the class with me anyway. So anyways, we're smoking a bowl, like this kid had a bowl. So, you know, so basically the kid dares me to smoke the bowl and stuff. So it's like, so I'm smoking a bowl in math class. And, you know, kids used to roll joints in there and everything. And, you know, so, you know, since kids hacked me and had the bowl packed and it wasn't my weed, so I was going to get to smoke free weed. It's fine. So I'm like leaning out the window and I'm like smoking the bong. And then like all of a sudden, like I see across like the whole class. There's a whole class that's like watching me. Like the whole class is watching me. And I'm like taking like 2 or 3 bowl hits and I'm blowing the smoke across. Because like across where my high school was, there was like a little area. And then across you had like the library and a row of windows. There's like 10 to 20 kids at least are all watching me smoking a bowl. I took like 2 or 3 hits at least. The teacher's in the classroom. He doesn't even notice because he's like a weeble wobble. Weebles wobbles, but they don't fall down. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Conan, like the movie Conan, Conan the Barbarian, the good one. The thing that I never get about that is, first of all, when he has sex with that girl, like he throws her into the fire, when he goes out, it's like Tim Pool's out there. I mean, Super Todd, the thief's out there. And he's like, oh, I'm dinner for wolves. I'm chained out here. Look, I haven't eaten in days. Who says you will? And you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like, how did he get there? I always wondered about it. And then I always wondered, why did Mako lie about that? He's like, fire won't burn there. No fire at all. That's why I live in the wind. No one bothers me here. Not even Doctor Doom. But meanwhile, they burn the fire there just fine. You know what? When I was in like 7th, 8th, 9th grade, I was at the lunch table and this kid told me some really good advice that his dad told me. He said, you know what? He said, if you're going to jerk off, get a sock. If you're going to whack off, get a sock. If you're going to smack it, if you're going to whack it, always get a sock. If you know you're going to smack it, if you know you're going to whack it, if you know you're going to smack it, get a sock. If you're going to free Willie, get a sock. If you're going to smack Willie, get a sock. If you're going to beat Willie and there's ever any doubt, when Willie's going to spout, get a sock. When Willie's going to spout, if there's ever any doubt, get a sock. When Willie's going to spout, if there's ever any doubt, get a sock on it. Bum, 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 bum. Second verse. If you're going to jerk off, use a sock. If you're going to whack off, use a sock. If you're going to smack it, if you're going to whack it, always use a sock. If you know you're going to smack it, if you know you're going to whack it, if you know you're going to smack it, use a sock. If you're going to free Willie, use a sock. If you're going to smack Willie, use a sock. If you're going to beat Willie and there's ever any doubt, when Willie's going to spout, use a sock. When Willie's going to spout, if there's ever any doubt, use a sock. When Willie's going to spout, if there's ever any doubt, use a sock on it. If you're going to jerk off, get a sock. If you're going to whack off, grab a sock. If you know you're going to smack it, if you know you're going to whack it, always grab a sock. If you know you're going to smack it, if you know you're going to whack it, if you know you're going to smack it, grab a sock. If you're going to free Willie, grab a sock. If you're going to smack Willie, grab a sock. If you're going to beat Willie and there's ever any doubt, when Willie's going to spout, grab a sock. When Willie's going to spout, if there's ever any doubt, grab a sock. When Willie's going to spout, if there's ever any doubt, grab a sock on it. Put a sock on it. If you're going to jerk off, use a sock. If you're going to whack off, use a sock. If you know you're going to smack it, if you're ever going to smack it, if you know you're going to whack it, if you know you're going to slap it, always use a sock. If you know you're going to slap it, if you know you're going to whack it, if you know you're going to slap it, use a sock. If you're going to free Willie, get a sock. If you're going to smack Willie, get a sock. If you're